Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Cheryl. Thank you very much for joining me. If you're a new viewer, hello, welcome. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. Hi, this is a bookish video, so if you're here for craftiness, I apologize. I do not have that. But, I did make this, what is it called? The bandana, and I think it's pretty cute. So, this is a bookish video. We're going to be doing our May TBR, MBR. I realized the last video I put up, which was my March wrap-up, because I'm late, I did not put what I read for March Mystery Madness and Middle Grade March, so I am going to put up a video, hopefully, fingers crossed, on that. I also didn't say what, I don't remember if I did an MBR for March. I don't think I did. I think I just did March Mystery Madness prompts. I don't remember. I'm going to have to go back and watch my own videos and see what I have to wrap up. But I am so sorry about that. I was just excited just to record what I read, so I did that. But this is our MBR, TBR jar, picks, MBR, whatever you want to call it. MBR stands for Might Be Read. TBR stands for To Be Read. I do MBR because you never know what I'm going to read. I'm a mood reader. I just like having choices, and I do this basically just for the fun of it. I don't really give myself punishments if I don't read those books. It's just the way it is. I just enjoy drawing, basically, picking things out. So here we go. We're going to do... I've been reading a lot lately, so we're going to do 8 draws, I think. Let's just go wild and do 8 draws. Why not, right? Why not? So I've got... I want to put more prompts in here. Maybe today I'll do that, but I just wanted to get this video out, and this camera is moving way too much. Stay. Okay. It's still moving. Alright, let's move this. I'm sitting on my bed as usual. I am not feeling well. I am having a lot of exhaustion and other things going on, so I'm still waiting to see a specialist to see what's going on. I'm sorry about the glare on that, but sorry about that, but and the glare in my glasses. But yeah, I'm waiting to see when I can get an appointment specialist. The medical care in BC is not good right now. It's better. Canada's better than a lot of places, but it's not. We need more doctors, basically, is what I'm saying. Our doctors are worked so much, and it takes literal months to get in to see a specialist, or years. There are some people who have been waiting for 2 or 3 years to see a specialist, so it's ridiculous. It's really ridiculous. So I'm hoping that in May I get an appointment at least. I'm hoping to go see my dad in June or July, and I'm hoping to have a date set for a specialist appointment so that I know when I have to be back and all that, because my dad lives about 6 to 8 hours away, probably about 8 hours once you take the ferries. So, I can't just come back for an appointment, So, that all said, let's do the MBR. So I've got all these prompts. The shaking doesn't really help. We're gonna go through here. I'm gonna look, let's do it this way. Gonna look up here. Can you see? Yeah. And I'm going to pick 1. How many did I say? 8? Yeah. Let's do 8. The first draw for my May MBR. 2 timelines. Excuse the printing. That's terrible. 2 timelines. I am going to pick some options up and then go through them and decide what I'm going to do. First of all, I forgot to mention, grab a cup of coffee, cup of tea, a drink of your choice, or a snack, and maybe a crochet or knitting project, something to do while you're watching. I'm going to grab a few options this time and go through them, read the synopses, and decide which one I want to read. I'm taking this off of... She's Booked and Busy. Lindsay is her name. I'll link her channel below. She does really epic TBR videos, and I want to take a bit from her and just go through options and then decide. So that's what we're going to do. So 2 timelines. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm actually going to do what Lindsay does also. I'm going to do all the draws and then pick the books. So, we're going to do number 2. Let's look. Okay, I got one. I got 2 in my hand. Let's do this one. Okay. Number 2 on my May MBR. I'm excited. What is it? Ooh, published in the 90s. I think I've had this one before. That might be hard, but we will see. Where did I put the other one? Oh my goodness, I'm losing them already. There they are. Okay. Published in the 90s. Okay. I have a couple that might work for that. I'm also going to include audiobook and ebooks in my choices, so this might be a long video. Here we go. Let's pick another one. Draw 3. Let's do this one. Favorite genre. Oh, that's cool. My favorite genre is probably cozy mystery. Although I have a lot of favorite genres. So, what is my actual favorite genre? I'm not sure. Probably cozy mystery would be my favorite genre. Now I have a few I can pick for that. And this one is, oh, we got 2 here. Number 4? Yeah, number 4. Goodreads Award winner. That might be hard because, as you know, I pick books from my library hauls, and I don't know if I have any award winners, but I can do audiobooks, so we will see about that. And that can be from any year of a Goodreads Award winner. We'll have to do some research for that. 5 is another new one. Title begins with C, and the reason why I did that is because of my name, Cheryl. Title, is it title? Yeah, title begins with C. I'm looking at my library cards. Ooh, I see one right there. Oh, I know a few of them. Okay, I think I know which one I'm going to pick, though. And number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is number 7. I thought it was number 6. 1, 2. No, wait. I can count, honest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is number 6. Okay. I know how to count. I went to school. Today I was talking to my one brother, and I was saying it was my other brother's birthday today. Happy birthday, Jeff. And he's turning 49. And my other brother said it was 7 squared, because 7 is my other brother's favorite number. So 7 squared. So I was talking to my dad, and I told him, it's 7 squared, Jeff's birthday. I mean 7 times 7. I mean 7 squared, not 7 times 7. And then my dad's like, so 7 squared. I'm like, oh yeah, it's the same thing. I felt so dumb. 7 squared and 7 times 7 is the same thing. I don't know why I felt it was different. I'm smart. Honest, I am. I have a brain. I just don't use it very often. Okay. What does it say? Private detective? A private detective? Is that what it says? A private detective. Okay. Wow. We'll have to see about that. 2, 3, 4. I always have to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Number 7. Private detective. Are we even recording? I think we are, aren't we? I hope we are. Yes, we are. Okay. Part of a trilogy. Oh, well, that'll be easy, I think. That'll be easy. And the last draw is... Let's do 10 draws. Why not go wild? Let's do 10. Why not? This is too much fun. Okay. My favorite author, L.M. Montgomery. Okay. Perfect. And number 9. Forgot to look away the other time. Oops. I swear I didn't see that it was L.M. Montgomery. They're all folded anyways. Set outside of USA. Okay. And 10. Alright. Number 10. The last draw. Because I really can't do more than 10, I don't think. Oh, so we got 2 here. Set in a big city. Okay. Now, I am going to choose one book for each prompt, and I'm going to pick a few for each prompt and then go through them. So, this might take a couple days to do because, as I said, I'm very tired and exhausted and sick, and I got other things I got to do. I got to finish, well, anyways, I got lots to do. So, we're going to pick for the first prompt. Do we remember what number 1 was? I'm going to have to watch to find out. 2 timelines. That was number 1. 2 timelines. I'll be right back. Okay, it's 10 minutes later. Or about 5 minutes later. For 2 timelines, I have 3 options I wrote down. Now, these ones are, 2 of them are audiobooks, and 1 of them is a book I'm getting from my library. I'm going to pick it up either the end of this week or next week. So, I will put the pictures somewhere here. So the first one is a book I'm going to pick up, and that is After She Wrote Them by Sulari Gentile. Let's look at the synopses. I never know. I've got my phone. Let's look him up. Hang on. After She Wrote Them. Does anybody type with like one finger on their phone? I do that all the time, and it takes me so long. But there we go. So here is the picture, and let's look at the summary. Okay, I'm going to read out the summary, and I believe this is 2 timelines. After She Wrote 'Em is a piece of metafiction with a wildly inventive twist on the murder mystery genre that takes readers on a journey filled with passion, obsession, and the emptiness left behind when the real world starts to fall away. Okay. Now, this book, that doesn't really talk about what it's about. It is a... Let's see if we can find a better... here we go. This sounds better. Come on. After She Wrote Them. It is a mystery book. Okay, we don't need that. A successful writer, Madeline, creates a character, Edward, and begins to imagine his life. He, too, is an author. Edward is in love with a woman, Willow, who's married to a man Edward loathes and who loathes him, but he and Willow stay close friends. She isn't... Okay, is this actually telling what's going to happen? Okay, that's more of a review than a summary. Anyways, this is a book about an author who writes a character. And apparently, in the book that we read, there's her side of the story. I don't know whether she gets obsessed with the character. I don't know. I don't know exactly. Sulari wrote, what's that one called? The Woman in the Library? Is that what it's called? Really enjoyed that book. It's got kind of weird twists, but I really enjoyed it. This one, so this author is writing about a character, and I believe in the book there's the timeline of her writing the book, and then there's the actual book. So is there 2 timelines? I'm not sure, but I'm willing to see. So that wasn't a very good summary. I'm sorry. But it sounds good. I love Sulari Gentile, so I really wanted to read that. The second option is an audiobook I have out called What Lies in the Woods by Kate Alice Marshall. Let's look up What Lies in the Woods. There we go. Here is the book. Summary. Let's see if this is better. So here we go. 3 11-year-old girls spend all their time together in the woods playing and exploring. The fun ended when one of the girls survived a brutal stabbing. A serial killer was convicted of the crime, but now there's a question if the wrong man was put behind bars due to false testimony from the girls. And I believe there's 2 timelines in this book. I believe it's the timeline of when they were 11 and then as adults. I believe. I'm not positive on that. That sounds really good. I really want to read that. Okay, and then the third one I know is 2 timelines, and that is, hang on. I type so slow because I only use one finger. I don't know how people, like, use both thumbs. I don't get it. Pearl Sister by Lucinda Riley. This one definitely has 2 timelines. No, wait a second. That's a review. That's not... Q&A. Book 4. Here we go. Nope, that's another review. I don't want a review. I want a summary. That's another review. What the heck? The Pearl Sister. Whoops, nope, I don't want that. I am so bad. I'm so sorry. The Pearl Sister, not Wikipedia. Summary. Okay, following the death. This is the 4th book, I believe. 1, 2, 3, or is it the 5th book? One of those of the 7 Sisters by Lucinda Riley. And in the first book, the 6 sisters who are all adopted at as babies, different times, like they're different ages, and they were adopted by this millionaire, and he dies as when they're all adults, and it's all about them discovering where they came from, who their biological parents are, what their ancestors' life story is. And so it takes place in the present, which is in 2009 or something like that. Of each book is about one sister, and then it takes place in the past. The second time, oh my gosh, I'm so bad at this. The second timeline takes place in the past, and it follows their ancestors. So, following the death of her father, the elusive billionaire Paul Salt, so called by 6 daughters he adopted from around the globe, she finds herself at breaking point. This is Star, I believe. No, Cece. Dropping out of art college, Cece watches as Star, her beloved sister, distances herself to follow her new love, leaving her completely alone. Well, that's not a good summary. It's about Cece, I believe. There's no summary of it. Here we go. Nope, that's a different book. That's a review. I'm looking for the summary of the Pearl Sister. Why can't we find a summary? This is awful. Pearl Sister. Let's look at this. Synopsis. Okay, it's the fourth book. Fourth book. And let's see what Goodreads says. We might as well just look up Goodreads. That's a lot more. Here we go. No, that's the Pearl Sister. Come on. Come on. You can do it. No, I'm not looking for Lucinda. Oh my gosh. This is horrible. I'm looking for the Pearl Sister. Why isn't my phone working? All I can get is Lucinda Riley. I'm looking for the Pearl Sister. Okay, we're going to look up Goodreads. We're just going to do it that way. It's a lot easier. Why didn't I just do that in the first place? I don't know. Are you having fun yet? I'm not having fun. Okay, Goodreads is better than just looking things up, apparently. And my video's lagging. I'm so sorry. I'll get back to you. Hang on. Okay, we did it. We found it. Cece Dupleix has never felt she fitted in anywhere. Following the death of her father, the elusive billionaire Paul Salt, so called by the 6 daughters he adopted from around the globe and named after the 7 sisters cluster, she finds herself at breaking point. Dropping out of art college, Cece watches as Star, her beloved sister, distances herself to follow her new love, leaving her completely alone. In desperation, she decides to flee England and discover her past. The only clues she has are a black and white photograph and name of a woman pioneer who lived in Australia over 100 years ago. En route to Sydney, Cece heads to the one place she has ever felt close to being herself, the stunning reaches of Krabi, Thailand. There, amongst the backpackers, she meets the mysterious Ace, a man as lonely as she is, and whom she subsequently realizes has a secret to hide. 100 years earlier, so this is the second timeline, Kitty McBride, daughter of an Edinburgh clergyman, is given the opportunity to travel to Australia as the companion of the wealthy Mrs. McCrombie. In Adelaide, her fate becomes entwined with Mrs. McCrombie's family, including the identical yet very different twin brothers, impetuous Drummond and ambitious Andrew, the heir to a pearling future. When Cece finally reaches the searing heat and dusty plains of the red centre of Australia, she begins to search for her past, as something deep within her responds to the energy of the area and the ancient culture of the Aboriginal plain. Her creativity reawakens once more. With help from those she meets on her journey, Cece begins to believe that this wild, vast continent could offer her something she never thought possible, a sense of belonging and a house. No, is that what it says? And a home. Sorry. I got cracks in my screen. I can't really tell. The Pearl Sister is the fourth book in the #1 international best-selling Seven Sisters series. Okay, so those are the three options. I am going to use the Pearl Sister for a different prompt. If you can guess, you can guess. I am going to use this prompt for the two timelines. I am going to pick after she wrote the Micellar Gentile. If it doesn't have two timelines, I'm sorry, but hopefully it does. That's my pick. I think it sounds great. And yeah, that's my pick. But those are the three choices I had. Let's go on to the second prompt, which was, I don't remember. What was it? We'll just pick one. I don't remember what it was. Published in the 90s. That was pretty close to the beginning. So published in the 90s, and I will be back. Okay, that took much longer than I expected. So, my hair looks terrible again. Alright. So we picked three books. I'm going to pick three options for each. So first we have Speak by Laurie Halsey Anderson. Let's look up what that's about. I am interested in it. I believe it's about a girl who gets R-word or assaulted. Let's look. And it is available at my library, I believe. So, Speak. The only thing is, right now I have The Way I Am Now by, who wrote that? Is it Kathleen Glasgow wrote that? I'm not sure who wrote that. Nope. Amber Smith. Is that her name? I'll put the picture up here. I have that one, and it's about rape culture, so I don't know if I want to read another one, but let's go to Goodreads. I keep forgetting we have to go to Goodreads. What would we do without Goodreads? That's all I can say. People complain about it, but what would we do without it? I'm just, you know. Okay. Speak. I don't know why I did that. Sorry. Let's look up. Come on. My phone needs charging, so I think after this one I'm going to have to charge it, and I'm very tired, so I might take a break. Speak. No, I don't want to go to Laurie Halsey Anderson. I want to go to Speak. Speak. We'll have to... My fingers are too big. Okay, so this has an average of 4.05 ratings with over 31,000 ratings. No, over 593,712 ratings with over 31,000 reviews. And it has a 4.05 average. The first 10 lies they tell you in high school. Speak up for yourself. We want to know what you have to say. From the first moment of her freshman year at Meriwether High, Melinda, knows this is a big fat lie, part of the nonsense of high school. She is friendless outcast because she busted an end of summer party by calling the cops, so now nobody will talk to her, let alone listen to her. As time passes, she becomes increasingly isolated and practically stops talking altogether. Only her art class offers any solace, and it's through her work on an art project that she is finally able to face what really happened at that terrible party. She was raped by an upperclassman, a guy who still attends Merriweather and is still a threat to her. Her healing process has just begun when she has another violent encounter with him. But this time Melinda fights back, refuses to be silent, and thereby achieves a measure of vindication. In Laurie Halsey Anderson's powerful novel, an utterly believable heroine with a bitterly ironic voice delivers a blow to the hypocritical world of high school. She speaks for many a disenfranchised teenager while demonstrating the importance of speaking up for oneself. Oh my gosh, this sounds so good. This was published in 1999. That sounds so good. I really want to read that. That's a good option. Next, we have a cozy mystery called Jane and the Unpleasantness of Scargrave Manor by Stephanie Barron. I'll put the picture up. It's Jane and this is a Jane Austen mystery. I believe the main character is Jane Austen. It was published, this is book 1 in Jane Austen Mysteries. It was published in 1996. For everyone who loves Jane Austen, a marvelously entertaining new series that turns the incomparable author into an extraordinary sleuth. On a visit to the estate of her friend, the young and beautiful Isabel Payne, Countess of Scargrave, Jane bear witness to a tragedy. Isabel's husband, a gentleman of mature years, is felled by a mysterious and agonizing ailment. The Earl's death seems a cruel blow of fate for the newly married Isabel. Yet the bereaved widow soon finds that it's only the beginning of her misfortune, as she receives a sinister missive accusing her and the Earl's nephew of adultery and murder. Desperately afraid that the letter will expose her to the worst sort of scandal, Isabel begs Jane for help, and Jane finds herself embroiled in a perilous... Sorry, my phone just jumped. Perilous investigation that will soon have her following a trail of clues that leads all the way to Newgate Prison and the House of Lords, a trail that may well place Jane's own person in the gravest jeopardy. Okay, that sounds good too. Oh my gosh. I tried reading one of these books and I just couldn't get into it, but I think it was more me than the book at the time. Then the third book I have the physical of, and this is a book I own. If you saw my, you can see, if you saw my video that I talked about the books that I bought, I have Outlander, can't really see it. Outlander by Diane Gabaldon. This is a very long book. This is a time travel book. We follow the year is 1945. Claire Randall, a former combat nurse, is back from the war and reunited with her husband on a second honeymoon when she innocently touches a boulder in one of the ancient stone circles that dot the British Isles. Suddenly she is a Sassenach, an outlander, in a Scotland torn by war and raiding border clans in the year of our Lord, 1743. Hurled back in time by forces she cannot understand, Claire is catapulted into the intrigues of lairds and spies that may threaten her life and shatter her heart. For here, James Fraser, a gallant young Scots warrior, shows her love so absolute that Claire becomes a woman torn between fidelity and desire, and between two vastly different men in two irreconcilable lives. I do want to read this series. I'm a bit skeptical. I don't like spicy scenes, and I know there are spicy scenes, and technically she is cheating on her husband from another timeline, so I don't know if I like that. But I do want to read it, and I do want to do a video where I read all the Outlander books. So technically I should choose this one. Am I going to, though? I don't know. Oh my goodness, this is a hard choice. I just lost my... Here we go. Everything's falling here. So we have Outlander, Speak, and Jane and the President of Scargrave Manor. Honestly, I'm going to take out Jane and the Unpleasant of Scargrave Manor. I think I'm going to go for either Outlander or Speak. You know what? I'm going to leave it up to you guys. You guys choose. Should it be Outlander or, I'll put the picture up here, Speak by, if I could put the picture up. Sometimes it doesn't allow me to put the picture up twice, so the thumbnail. Speak by Lori Halsey Anderson. Which one should I read? Do you want a video of me reading Outlander? Or do you want maybe a video of me reading Speak? Let me know in the comments below which one you choose. And I will do whatever you guys choose. That's a good idea because I can't choose, so you're going to choose for me. Because that's the way it goes. Alright, number 3. We will pick number 3 in just a moment. Alright, change of angle. I apologize. I have 3 options for title begins with C, but really only one option. Let me explain. I have one called Crown of Midnight by Sarah J. Maas. But I only have about 100 pages left. So I'm not going to count that one. Because I am going to finish it. I usually go by what I finish in that month. But I just think that 100 and some odd pages of a 420 page book is not good enough to count. Not enough to count for a full book. Then I have A Curious Beginning, taking out the A. This one, I am almost finished as well, as you can see. So, I do have a book that begins with C that I am very, very excited to read. Very excited. So, I'm going to read that one. Again, this is from the library. It is Crouching Buzzard, Leaping Loon by Donna Andrews. If you know, you know. Donna Andrews is my favorite author. One of my favorite authors. My all-time favorite author is Lucy Montgomery, so I'm very excited to read one of her books. But this is my favorite cozy author, cozy mystery author. It is the Meg Langslow series, and I have not read this one. I thought I've read all of them. No, apparently I haven't. I haven't read this one, so I'm very excited to read this. So let's see what this is about. As a favor to her brother, Meg agrees to tend the switchboard at his computer game company, Mutant Wizards. For companionship besides a crew of eccentric techies, she has a buzzard with one wing and her boyfriend's mother's nightmare dog. Not to mention the psychotherapists who refuse to give up their lease on half the office space. This is not what Meg had in mind when she agrees to help her brother move his staff to new offices. In fact, the atmosphere is so consistent... I can't talk. I think I need a break. Consistently loony that the office mail cart makes several passes through the reception room with the office practical joker lying on... No. Yes. With... Try this again. Where was I? In fact, the atmosphere is so consistently loony that the office mail cart makes several passes through the reception room with the office practical joker lying on top of it, pretending to be dying. Before, Meg realizes that he's become the victim of someone who wasn't joking at all. He's been murdered for real. Now Meg has to play out one dangerous scenario to find out who's guilty before a cold-blooded murder ends her game for keeps. Now, true transparency here. I did start reading this. I've only read, I think, 2 chapters, something like that. But I'm going to reread those chapters anyways. I am so excited to read this. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's so exciting. So let's go ahead and do the L.M. Montgomery one. Where is L.M. Montgomery? Now, for this one, I have a lot of choices because I've got, oh my gosh, I've got the 2 journals, 2 of the 3 journals of L.M. Montgomery collections. I have, where are they? I just rearranged my shelf, so I don't know where everything is. I've got 2 of her short story collections, although I've started reading those, so I'm not going to count those. And then over here, I have, right over there, I have the Anne of Green Gables series. And then on my e-reader, I also have a lot of other books. So I'm going to pick one. Kind of want to read Anne of Green Gables again. I also want to reread The Blue Castle. think I'm going to pick the Blue Castle, and I'm going to see if I can get it from my library. If not, I will read it on e-reader, because I do have it on ebook. Yeah, I'm going to read the Blue Castle. I'm very excited. It is my favorite read of, was it 2 years ago, I think? Very excited to reread it. So that's what I'm going to pick for an L.M. Montgomery book. L.M. Montgomery's Lucy Maud Montgomery, if you don't know. Okay, next we have Set Outside of USA. So let's pick 3 books for that, and I'll be right back. I'm back right away. So I have so many books that can work for this, but I picked 3. I believe, yes, this takes place in a fantasy world, The Mask of Mirrors by M.A. Carrick. Wren is a con artist who's come to the sparkling city of Nadezra with one goal, to trick her way into a noble house, securing her fortune and her sister's future. But her masquerade is just one of many, and as corrupt nightmare magic begins to weave its way through the city of dreams, the poisonous feuds of its nobility and the shadowy dangers of its impoverished underbelly become tangled, with Wren at their heart. So as you can see, I've started reading it, but I've only read 128 pages out of like 630 or something like that. So there's that one. That takes place in a fantasy world. At least, yeah, it takes place in a fantasy world. Then we have Ruin and Rising by Leigh Bardugo. This is the 3rd book in the Grishaverse. I'm not going to read the back because it might be a spoiler for the first 2, but this basically follows, what's her name? This, Alina. And she, in the first book, which is Shadow and Bone, she finds out that she has powers and is brought to this big kingdom where the Darkling is. I can never explain fantasies. I'm so sorry, but it's a really good series. A lot of people don't like the first trilogy, which is the Shadow and Bone trilogy, which this is the 3rd of. A lot of people don't like it as much as the 6 of... what's that book called? 6 of... No. Whatever that book's called. I'll put it up here. Can't think of it. I can't think of what it's called. Oh my gosh. You're yelling it at me right now, I know. But everybody loves that series better, that duology. But I do want to read them in order. So I want to read this book. And then we have a mystery. This is by Ritu McCurry. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. I'm sorry. This is Murder by Degrees, and, oh my nose is itchy. This is a 2024 release. Let's read what it's about. For fans of Jacqueline Winspear and Charles Todd, Murder by Degrees is a historical mystery set in 19th century Philadelphia. Well, that doesn't work. This is in Philadelphia. I thought it was in England. Okay, we'll be back to pick another one. Hang on. Okay, we've got another fantasy. Yes, I'm wearing my PJs. I have Exile, Keeper of the Lost Cities by Shannon Messenger. This is a middle grade fantasy. As you can tell, I did start reading it because of course I did. I start all the books. I'm on page 82 of 560 some pages. So I'm considering this one. So the first book is Keeper of the Lost Cities, and it follows Sophie, who finds out that she is not like other girls and gets swept away to this land of elves, and she finds out that she's an elf. And it's really fun. There's a love triangle. It's really fun. I love this series, and I've only read the first book, but I love it so far. So I want to finish that book. So the options are... these 3. Nope, not that one. Where is it? These 3. I want to read all of them, which is why I have them out. Okay, you know what? I'm going to take out Ruin and Rising. I don't feel like reading that right now. And I do want to take that back to the library because it has a hold on it. So we have The Mask of Mirrors and Exile. I am really enjoying The Mask of Mirrors, but it is a chunky book. And I really want to read a middle grade this month. I don't know which one to pick. Okay, we're going to pick Exile. We're going to pick the middle grade. So, that is on the list. Okay, we got to make a pile of books that I'm reading, because I'm going to forget. Okay, next one we have Goodreads Award winner. Let's go on to Goodreads. We're reading that one too. Okay, I gotta get everything together. Hang on. Okay, I just did a blood test, and then I, like a finger prick, and then I got some books. It took me a long time to find some books for this, but I am hyper paranoid today on my blood test because I had a dream last night that I pricked my finger and had a blood sugar of, if you don't know, I'm diabetic. I had, in my dream, I had a blood sugar of 40. That is extremely high. Like, you'd probably be dead or close to death if you're at 40. I mean, just for context, over 7.5 or 8 is considered high. 40, I mean, you must be dead if you're at 40. I mean, that's ridiculous. But here's my blood test if you have to know. I was at 7, so I'm okay. But it was a nightmare, I tell you. Anyways. Okay, so we have 3 options for Goodreads Choice Award winners. First, we have The Woman in Me by Britney Spears. This was the last year, 2023's Memoir Choice Award. I have started this book, and I have it on e-reader. I would like to read it because I'm enjoying it. Enjoying is the wrong word to say. Britney has gone through a lot. I'm sure you know who Britney Spears is. She was a pop singer in the past, in the, I guess, 2000s. She was quite famous. And this is her story from her point of view on what happened to her, considering her parents and how she was treated by the media. It's a very hard story to read. But I did start that book. And then I have The Great Alone, which is the 2018 book choice winner from Kristen Hanna. I have this on audiobook, so I would like to read that one. That is about a family that moves to Alaska, and the father is having PTSD from, I think, Iraq. And it's about their life in Alaska, and Kristen Hanna always does emotional books, and I do have that on audiobook. I will probably cry. I cry in all her books, and I would like to read that one. Next, we have Book Lovers by Emily Henry, which was 2022's romance winner, and The Great Alone was historical fiction, by the way. Book Lovers, I can't get on audiobook from my library or from the physical book or the ebook, so I'm going to discount that one. But that one is, I did check it out. I was thinking of getting that. That is a romance book by Emily Henry about I did start reading it once, and it is about an editor and a literary agent who cross paths on, and they have a kind of bad first impression, and then the literary agent, the lady, and her sister go on this trip to this small town, tourist kind of town, and who is there but the editor, who he and her fall in love. It just sounds good. I know that it's got criticism, but I would like to read that one someday. And yeah, what was I going to say? Oh, apparently the book is very much about sisterly relationships too, so I'm looking forward to reading that one, but I can't get that right now. I did put the audiobook on hold because I'm loving listening to audiobooks, or romance audiobooks right now. I'm in my romance era, which is just kind of weird because I didn't think I would be. But I do think I'm going to put for this one The Great Alone by Kristen Hanna. I do want to listen to that very much, and I have it on audiobook, so I'm going to do that. But I am going to read The Woman in Me by Britney Spears as well. So we got 2 for the Goodreads Choice Awards. Next, we have A Private Detective. For that one, I think I only have one on my radar, and I believe it's this one. Let's see if it's a private detective. No. This is not a private detective. I don't know if I have a private detective. I'm going to have to check my TBR. I think we got this one once before and I didn't have any. So you know what? I'm just going to take that out of the cookie jar. Yeah, I don't think I have a private detective. I don't usually read those. No. I'm just going to take it out and just do 9 draws this month. Yeah, sorry. I just don't think I have any private detective books. I usually listen to amateur sleuth books or read amateur sleuth books like Cozy Mysteries. So I don't think I have one. I'm looking. No. Let's see. No, we're just going to skip that one. So we're going to do 9 draws this month. Sorry. Next we have, and again, this isn't in the order that I drew them, fave genre. So that one, I think I'm going to pick Cozy Mysteries, and I'm going to pick, oh, this one could have been for C as well. Trust No One by Winnie Archer. I'm just going to pick that one because I really want to read it. It is on audio on Everend. It is a cozy mystery, The Bread Shop Mysteries, and I'm just loving that series. I've read the first book, and I want to listen to the second one. It's Trust No One. Really enjoying it, and this follows, I forget her name, but she has gone back to her small town where she grew up, because her mother has passed away, which was very hard for me. My mother passed away almost 15 years ago. It's very hard, and I still deal with grieving. It's a lifetime of grieving for me, and it was very hard to read about that. But it was still really well done, and I really enjoyed it. And she solves mysteries and murders, and it was just a fun book. I mean, if you can call murder and grief fun, but it was fun, okay? So Trust No One is the second book, and I'm looking forward to reading that one. So I'm just going to pick that one for fave genre. Another one, well, I mean, I'll give you more choices. Another one I might want to read is another cozy mystery is my favorite genre, I think. So I'm going to pick for those. Next we have another one, Death of a Red Hot Rancher by Mimi Granger. I have started this one, but I'm enjoying it. And this is about Lizzie, who owns a romance bookshop, and she falls in love. Oh my gosh, I just read a spoiler. Oh, that's horrible. So, anyways, she falls in love with a guy, and someone is found dead, and I just found out who it was, and I've started reading this, and I'm kind of mad. But, yeah, there's a murder, and she solves it, apparently. So, there's that one. I do want to read this one. I have started already, so that one. And then I also have A Curious Beginning by, that's not really a cozy, it kind of is. But I have the second book, A Perilous Undertaking, I think is the second book by Gianna Rayborn. I have that one. I have quite a bit of cozies I can choose from. And I love listening to cozies on audio too. So I've got lots to choose from. But I think for the purpose of this TBR, I'm going to say Trust No One by Winnie Archer. Next, we have Set in a Big City. For that one, oh, you know what? I just realized Set Outside of USA. I was going to pick, no, never mind. Set in a Big City. We're going to pick, we'll be right back. Hang on. Okay. takes place in a big city, I have Immorality, a love story by Dana Schwartz. This is the second book. The first book was called Anatomy of Love Story. I believe this takes place in a big city. I'm not sure. Because this is a sequel, I don't want to read what it's about, but it is basically, I'm not going to read it even because I don't want to know what happens. The first book, Anatomy of Love Story, follows Hazel, and she lives in the 1600s, 1700s, something like that. And she wants to be a doctor. She wants to be a surgeon, and women can't be surgeon back then, so she makes a deal with a professor of the medical school there, and he says if she can pass the test, the big exam, she can assist him, be his apprentice. But she can't go to the classes and work on actual bodies, dead bodies, to learn about, because what they do is look at bodies and, you know, learn from them. So she enlists, what's his name, Jack? Yeah, Jack, who is a grave robber in the first book. She enlists a man named Jack who is a grave robber, and he robs bodies and takes them to her to learn how to be a doctor. And it's their love story. Is quite gruesome. There's a lot of surgery talk, a lot of body talk. It's quite gruesome, but it was really good. I really enjoyed it. It came kind of a supernatural twist, and I like that, so I'm looking forward to the second book. Then this one, I'm not sure if it takes place in a big city or not, but she goes to college in this book, so I'm thinking it does. This is The Way I Am Now. This is the second book. The first book was The Way I Used to Be. And in the first book, we followed Eden, and Eden was in the first book, right in the first chapter, right away. So content warnings for this. She is raped by her brother's best friend, who is like a brother to her, even though she kind of had a crush on him. And then when she was 14, she was raped, and it's all about her life for the next 4 or 5 years going through high school, and she doesn't tell anybody because he convinces her that nobody would believe her. And so it's all about her life and how she falls in love with another man, but kind of has a toxic relationship with them because of her not being able to deal with the rape. And she turns to drugs and alcohol, and it's a really good book. Really eye-opening on how people react to rape. And so this book is about her, and she's going to college, and it's after book 1. And I really want to read this one. It's very hard to read, but I really want to read it. And it's about her and Josh. And Josh is the boy that she originally fell in love with in the first book. But they didn't exactly have a really good relationship just because of her being raped and her not telling him. So this book picks up after that takes place, and her relationship with him after. I'm really looking forward to reading that. Then this one, again, I'm not sure if it takes place in a big city or not, but we have Everyone Here Is Lying. I'm pretty sure it takes place in a small town, but I'm not sure. So this is by Sherry Lapina. I'm looking forward to reading this one. This one, it says, on the surface, William Wooler is a family man, but he's been having an affair that ended horribly this afternoon at a motel up the road. When he returns to his house, devastated and angry to find his difficult 9-year-old daughter, Avery, unexpectedly home from school, William loses his temper. Hours later, Avery's family declares her missing. Suddenly, Stanhope doesn't feel so safe, and William isn't the only one on a street who's hiding a lie. As witnesses come forward with information that may or may not be true, his neighbors become increasingly unhinged. Who took Avery Wooler? So is Stanhope, is that a small town or is that a neighborhood? I'm not sure, but I do want to read this one. I think for the sake of this video, again, this is just an MBR, I'm going to pick The Way, yeah, I'm going to pick The Way I Am Now. That's what I'm going to pick for this one. So we're going to circle that on the list here. I have all of them circled, so I actually remember which one I picked, because I always forget. We never did write that one down. Okay, so that's what we pick for. We didn't write favorite genre down either. Hang on, I'm just going to write these down. Okay, for the 9th prompt, I had to look because I couldn't find it. It is part of a trilogy. Oh, goodness, I think I'm just going to, this is the last prompt. I'm getting tired. I think I'm just going to pick Rune and Rising. We already read what this is about. This is by Lee Bardugo. I don't think I have any other trilogies. No. We're just going to pick Rune and Rising. That's it. That's what I'm going to pick. That's it. Oh my gosh, I am so tired. This was a long... This took me 2 hours to video. Oh my gosh. So again, they're not in the same order because, oh no wait, I do have the order. I have the order. Okay, so first we have prompt number 1, which was 2 timelines I picked after she wrote them by Solari Gentile. Prompt number 2, published in the 90s. We have a choice between Speak by, who's it by? Lori Halsey Anderson or Outlander by Dana Gabaldon. You choose which one we should read and leave a comment below. Also leave if you want me to do a video on it. And then prompt number 3 begins with a C. The title begins with C, and we picked, where is it? Here it is. Crouching Buzzard Leaping Loon by, not by Meglings, by Donna Andrews. And then we have prompt number 4 was Ella Montgomery. I picked The Blue Castle. Prompt number 5 is set outside of USA. I've got Exile, Keepers of the Lost Cities, Book 2. My voice is leaving me. Prompt number 6, Goodreads award winner. I have The Great Alone by Kristen Hanna. For prompt number 7, we had favorite genre. I have Crust No One by Winnie Archer. For prompt 8, we have Set in a Big City. We have The Way I Am Now. And prompt number 9, part of a trilogy. I have Rune and Rising. That is it. That is my MBR. For what I think I'm going to read for sure is The Way I Am Now, Crest No One. After she wrote, I mean, all of them sound really good, so I'm hoping to read all of them. The only one that I think I may not be able to read would be Outlander. But if you pick it, I will read it. Let's just say it that way. If you pick Outlander, I will read it this month. There, I said it. I said it. So we're going to do that. If you pick it. If you pick Speak, I will try and read that one too. I can get it on my library app. Or on my library. At my library. The one I'm thinking I may not read is The Blue Castle because I have read it before. And also Exile I might not read. The other ones I'm pretty sure I'll read. So I'm looking forward to this month. We have a good... choices. I did keep all my prompts from last month from, what was it, April or March? I don't remember. I think it was April that I did the last prompt for. Excuse me. But I haven't done my April wrap-up yet. That's why I haven't done my April wrap-up. I still got to do that. Okay. That'll be coming up soon. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed and have a great day. God bless you. You know I do. Bye, guys.